This icon here, you can kind of zoom in. You can pan to the left or pan to the right if need be. If you don't want to do that, you just go back there. This here has to do with just capabilities of the display if you want to learn about those. On the bottom here, you have what's going to be viewed on the screen. Right now, overlap or coverage. You can have height, which is altitude, GPS quality throughout the field, your different varieties that you have programmed in here, your speed as you were going through the field, or cross-track error. We'll leave it set on overlap. Across the bottom here, this is your paint button. You can manually turn your paint on and off. And this steering wheel, that is your steering engage button. You can see it's red now because we don't have a line to steer off of. So in order to get a line to steer off of, here's our swaths tab. If we go into swath here, you can see you got some options in this field, and you can import swaths, and you would go there to do it. You can run a new straight line, which that's what we're going to be doing, or you could come into here, and if there was lines in this field, you could select an old line and highlight it and hit load, and it would load your old swath line. If we go over here to our field pattern, you can see the different options that we have as far as your field pattern go. With the headlamp pattern, you get a couple extra things to decide. This is the number of circuits you want to drive around the outside of the field, say 4 for example. Boundaries are enabled. If they're enabled, that means your section control is going to work. Infill boundary, if you switch to the inner, it's going to shut your sections off at the inner boundary on the headlamp pattern. For what we're doing first here, we're going to go through an AB line. You can also see here is where you could put in the degree heading for an A+ line. You could also mark an access path if you need to. So we're on our AB, and we want to do a new straight. And you'll see now on the screen we have set A came up on the screen, so I need to give myself some speed here. Go back to my A, and whenever you're ready you can plot your A point on the screen. If you wanted to do A+, you could hit your A+, as long as you put in your degree heading you need. So I've gone 30 feet, so I can set my B point on the screen. I need to give myself some speed again. And once I got my line on the screen, I can engage my steering, and the steering takes over and is steering the tractor or whatever combined through the field. As you go through the field, if you see a rock that you want to mark, you hit the rock button, and it'll drop a flag on the screen where that rock is. Right there's the flag on the screen where the rock is. That's a variety. If you want to go to speed, you can view your different speeds as you go through the field, your GPS quality, your cross-track error, or go back to the original overlap. At any time you can manually shut off the paint if you need to, or turn it back on. And if you're done making a swath, you can hit the done button. If you need to pause and you hit the pause button right there on the screen. It pauses, and now it's telling you how far you are from the distance where you paused. You can hit the resume and it'll keep you going. You can mark a tile inlet or whatever you need to do. You can mark at any time throughout the field. You can turn that AB tab off so that you can have whole screen to do your field event in. And it comes back if you need it. If you need to adjust your nudge during the field, you can nudge over if need be. And nudged over, and now our line our steering's bringing us right back on the line. Your online aggressiveness for your steering can also be adjusted right here as you're going through the field if need be. Once you're done with the field, you can see that it calculated our event coverage area, and we can see we nudged it 2 inches. You can see all our field name information. We can see our satellites, our offline distance, our swath number. When you're done with the field and ready to exit, you just hit the home button and hit close, or you can go into open another. And it's saving what we just did and takes you back to your run screen. If you're done for the day, you can go hit the shutdown button and be done for the day. If you want to go back into the field we were just in, here's your display vehicle and implement setup, and it's remembering what field we were in last. If we want to go into the same one, we just leave that, or if we want to switch, we just hit the down arrow and go to our different field. And you will see if I would not have hit the done button in the other field, the swaths button would have stayed up, and you could have gone back in. We can even go back in right now, and you can see that line we had in there. It's the current line in the field, and we can use that one, and we could hit the load button, and we loaded that same line that we were using previously. If we need a new line, we can just go to swaths, and we could rename this one so we could remember it, and you can type in whatever you would want to name it there. We could shift the line, and here you tell it left or right and how far that you want to shift. If you need to, hit the OK button, and then it went ahead and shifted your line however many inches to the right that you need. If we need to run a new line, we hit new straight, and you see our A button comes back up on the screen. And then we're going to run a different AB line in this field. Once you go 30 feet, your B icon comes up, and you can hit B, and you can see that our old line is gone now, but our new line is in the field. So we could run on that line and engage on the steering. And you can see our paint is a different color if we've overlapped multiple times. If you're done with the field, or you can see we stopped, our swath button comes up again. We could go in here and you can see there's our next line that we ran. We could go in here and choose a curve line, and it'll say new curve. There's our line we just did. If we give ourselves some speed, and we set our A point, and we'll run ourselves a curve line in this field. So you can see it's very easy to add multiple different lines in the same field if you need to, dependent upon you know, what activity or what event you're doing in the field. So once we have our curve line in, we're ready to set our B point, and there's our curve line that we have in the field right there. So if you go back into swaths, but you can see we got our different swaths that we ran in that field. Those will be saved in that field. If you need to get rid of them, like that shifted one, maybe we don't want to save that one, we just hit the delete button. And are you sure? Yes. And we got rid of that shifted AB line in that field. If we want another one, we just hit new straight and go on. The freeform tab, you can record swaths manually, or you can record when you're logging. You may want to have this set to when you're logging. That way, if you got logging turning on with a planter, with a lift switch, or with an auto steer, you can automatically run a freeform line in that field whenever you have the painting or logging turned on. And if you're ready for a new freeform, you hit new freeform. And you can see there's a freeform button. If we turn our logging on, you can see it's drawing us a line, and it's based on where the antenna is on the tractor, but you can see there it's drawing us a line in the field. You can also see that it has a set A and B in the freeform. It makes it very easy to set a straight AB line in the freeform if need be. And you can see it detected my U-turn at the end of the field, and as I have the paint turned on and I go back the other way, it's recording my next pass while giving me my current pass from my previous pass here in the field. So the freeform is the last pass type of pattern that you can use however you need. If you don't want the recording on anymore, you can turn the paint off and it'll stop recording. So that's a little bit about how to set up the FM1000 display, a lot of the basics of the display, open in the field, and going through the different setup possibilities that you may have. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact myself, Jonathan Hofstetter at Lau & Young, and we'll be happy to address any questions that you may have. I thank you for watching today.